As some of you watching this know, I absolutely adore Christmas. I'm one of those idiots that's been known to keep a Christmas tree up in her office all year round. I did actually take it down a couple of years ago. It was up until June, and then in June, my birthday came in that particular year. I had a cherry tree instead, and it had Christmas decorations on that. And then I had to switch things around a little bit. The cherry tree is now in the kitchen. So there is no Christmas tree in my office right now, but that's about to change because what I really, really love about Christmas is I love the joy, I love the magic, I love the fact that people are kinder to each other, I love the fact that people tend to be more tolerant, I love the fact that we get to kick back a little bit and it's not business as usual. Now, as I observed to the ladies in the playground earlier in the week, at the moment, it feels a little bit like Christmas, but without the joy and the magic and the sparkles. And so I'm on a mission to bring the joy back. And I said this to the lady, I was at the shops earlier on today getting some chocolate for my daughter. My daughter, incidentally, I think she is her mother's daughter. They're doing a project in business and she's the CEO. And she said to me, well, I haven't actually got to do a lot. I'm just telling everybody else what to do. So I want to take them some chocolate into school tomorrow, she said, to try and be encouraging. So that's why I was at the shops. I mentioned to the lady behind the checkout that I was on a mission to bring the joy back. She said, well, yes, she said, I think that we should all go home, put our decorations up, eat lovely dinners, play board games. And I know that's not an option for everybody, but it's an option for some of us. And I know it's not an option for everybody, particularly, people working in the shops, they're supplying services, people who are the front line of the NHS. There's lots of people who can't kick back and play board games and just have fun. I understand that. However, we can still bring the magic and the joy. And so later on today, well, at the time of watching this, it'll be right now for reasons that you'll understand in a minute. But later on today, I'm going to decorate my Christmas tree. I'm going to put a Christmas tree back in the window because what I figure is that every time I live on a main road and there's quite a lot of people walking past with their dogs and such like. And when I used to have a Christmas tree up all year round, I remember one March, people did like a double take and they were like, oh, I want to do that again because if nothing else, it will help give people a distraction and help them smile. And as I said to you previously, one of the really best things that you can do for yourself right now is to look after your mental health. You want to be boosting your immune system, eating well, getting fresh air and all that good stuff. But also what goes on in here is really important as well. And it is an uncertain time and nobody really knows how this is going to play out. And that long-term stress is not good for you. So if I can help with that a little bit by putting a Christmas tree up in my window, sharing the experience with you, that's what I'm going to do. So let's get on with the decorating. Oh, but before I do that, I should just say as well, because I want you to play along too as well. I want to encourage you to think about what you can do to help bring some of the joy back into today. And I am seeing lots of great examples. The initial panic seems to have eased a little bit. I don't think the panic has eased as much as that people are now speaking up and speaking with kindness a little bit more. And so the more that we can do that, as I've said to you before, the way your brain works, the reticular activating system, the more that you interact with those positive messages, the more of them you are going to see. So I want to encourage you and remind you, how can you do that today? Have a little think about it. But in the meantime, let's go and decorate a Christmas tree. I'm not absolutely certain of how well this is going to work out from a filming perspective because I've got the light behind me. We're going to be putting this tree up in the window, so it might mess up. However, I just figured I could either do this on my own or I could do it with you and share the experience. And if we're really going to bring the joy back and make this more like Christmas, we decorate our trees together. And so I figured. So I've got everything down from upstairs. Now, sorry, I rearranged myself. I was on my knee and it was going to fall off. No, my knee wasn't going to fall off, but you know what I mean. My knee was getting all wibbly wobbly. we have got an attic, but it's not very big. So conveniently, all of our Christmas things are just on top of my wardrobe. So it wasn't a big deal. So what I've got is I've got the artificial tree down. I've also got a big bag of decorations. So this is a big bag of all the decorations for 2 or 3 trees. I think 2 trees. We have multiple trees usually at Christmas time. So I think my star, I'm going to have to go through and have a little saute, decide which decorations I want to put up, and the dogs are about to go bananas as well. So first of all, let's get the tree up. now, lights. Exactly. Now, I'll sit down here for a minute so you can see me. My nice comfy chair. So I haven't gone through and sorted out the lights yet. You know that annual tradition of you have to go through and there'll be sets that don't work. I'm hoping that in the bag over there there'll be plenty and it will work just fine. So that's what I'm going to do next. But I'll speed that a bit up for you because otherwise you have to sit there watching me fiddle and stuff. That'd be quite tedious. Okay, right, let's get to it. Lights. Look a little bit dishevelled, but the tree is looking rather lovely. I mean, I do, Christmas time, I do much prefer a tree, a real tree that smells amazing. But given that it's March, this feels like a really good compromise. So I hope you've enjoyed sharing this tree decorating experience with me. I want to encourage you. You can do the same thing. I don't mean literally the same thing. It doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. It doesn't even have to be anything Christmas related. But how can you bring some joy into today for yourself? Because I've got to be honest, I feel great. It feels really fun. But not just for you, for the people that you come into contact with, whether that's in person or on social media or in your different communities that you are in. Incidentally, quick true story for you. I was midway through decorating the tree when the postman came with a letter, and he caught my eye because he walked up the path. He said, "Is it Christmas already?" And so I had the opportunity to share my mission of bringing the joy back into today. And he said, "I don't really like Christmas. I didn't want to tell you that." I said, "No, I understand." He doesn't like it because of the consumerism and the money and the Well, let's be honest. Some of that consumerism and that angst and the money piece is happening right now. But we can counteract that. And we don't counteract that by saying, stop doing those things. Instead, let's crowd out some of that with the delight and the joy and the loveliness. And that's been the point of this video. And to finish, yes, I do have some Bible verses for you, because the Bible is full of reminders about how smiling and joy and delight and happiness can make day-to-day life more lovely. There's loads that I could choose, but one of my favourite is from Proverbs. It's Proverbs 17, verse 22. "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." Now, we've all felt this ourselves. If you spend too much time around somebody who's struggling and feeling a little bit anxious, it can actually have an impact on you. Now, I'm not suggesting that you suddenly distance yourself away from people who are struggling. Instead, I'm here to encourage you to lift them up. Even in your own household, you're going to find there are people who struggle from time to time. And this isn't like putting people in a box thing. We take it in turns to struggle. That's the value of community. That's why we do life in community. Whether that's the community of your household, whether that's the community that you live in, the communities that you're in online, we do better when we are together. So my encouragement for you today is to, where you can, look for those things that can lift you, the joy Ask God to help you. You don't have to do this on your own. You know, you're not supposed to have all the answers. So be kind to yourself. If you're struggling today, remember, this too shall pass. Even in the context of the corona plague, this too shall pass. A year from now, we don't know what it's going to look like. There's a lot of uncertainty there. But a year from now, we imagine that this virus will be over. Will we have a new world order? Some people are saying, yes, this gives us a chance for our planet to heal and this, that, and the other. I'm not going to predict that. I'm not here to suggest any of that stuff. What I'm saying is that the nature of life is there are ebbs and flows. I want to encourage you today to look for those things that help you to smile. And if you need some encouragement, come and join us in the Itchy Soul Playground. It's not expensive. God said to me a number of weeks ago, make it pay what you want. The price starts at literally £1. And if you're somebody who can't pay £1, message me and you can come in for free. If it feels like something that's a good fit for you, it's a space for you to be you here, the person that God created you to be. And during this downtime, it's the perfect opportunity to figure out, well, who am I? What are those things that God's itching at me to do? So let's come together and make use of this time for positive, enriching, uplifting things. But in the meantime, thank you for sharing my tree decorating adventure with me. And if you do decide to do something like this yourself, which I would love, please do tag me so I can see and I can smile along with you. All right? In the meantime, thank you for being here. I look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.